Welcome to 28 Days and Beyond,
where we talk about our history, our heritage, and our culture.
My name is Amari.
And I'm Charisma. Welcome back, guys.
Here we are.
Yes, here we are. So, Oscars, yay.
Oscars so white. Oh,
that was a couple years
they've
ago.
let that go.
Yes,
they've let that
yes,
go. You see, all they
have.
gotta do is throw some black people some crumbs and then they go right for it, huh?
It's getting better.
I guess.
It is.
Tell me, please.
Because Get Out is nominated for 4 categories, which I'm excited about.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why are you excited about that?
Because.
Does that put money in your pocket? Does
No, but I
your
met
bottom
Jordan
line?
Peele, and he's actually really cool.
Okay, so
and I
cool
love
people
the
should
fact.
get- I got
Yes,
you,
cool
yeah.
people should. Cool people should win in life. Non-cool
okay.
people should not be winning. Yes, I agree. But best actor, best director, best movie,
And
best screenplay. Yep.
Yeah. I think
4
I've seen that somewhere.
categories.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Uh-oh.
This is a side note.
Okay.
Because you say Jordan Peele is a cool person.
Yes.
Get Out was a cool movie. I know we're going to talk more about that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really cool movie. I enjoyed it. I saw it in the theater. But Jordan Peele, to me, is a cornball.
How so?
You want me to keep it real?
I do. I want you to keep it real. I don't want
So
you.
Key and Peele, besides, Dave Chappelle saying that they jacked his whole
Jacked his whole-
situation,
yeah,
which
yeah.
whatever, I was always uncomfortable with how they represented black women. Both of them have white mothers, but they always would clown black women. You remember? I said, remember that?
Yeah,
remember that particular
I do
skit?
remember that skit.
Or there was one where they were playing old black church women. It's like, y'all don't. The only group of, you know what I'm saying? You denigrate black people. What was the the football draft, right? When they were talking about the college students and all the different, exactly.
I can't remember his name, but
when
yeah.
they were the substitute teachers. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Right, exactly. Right. But what I'm saying is
That
like
was funny.
It was, of course, it's
Yeah,
funny, but
it
it's
was
like,
funny.
you're on Comedy Central,
Yeah.
right? And the only group that you're really choosing to denigrate on a regular basis are black people, particularly black women. I can't really rock with that, especially
Okay.
you're married to a white woman, or you're engaged to a white woman, and you got a white mother, yet you
Right.
going hard on black women. I can't really rock with that. That's not,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So I say that particularly because, I know there were some people who had critiques about the representation of black women or absence of black women
And Get Out.
in Get Out, all of which we can get into. See what I did there?
See, I do. That was a
But,
nice segue.
But all of that is said within the context of this conversation about the Oscars. Come on, man. I take a hard line on these issues, which
Okay.
is we can't expect Hollywood to tell our stories for us.
I agree with you there.
And when our enemy is celebrating us, we have reason to question what's actually happening.
Who are you saying is our enemy, though?
Oh, the whole Hollywood structure,
The
the whole
structure?
white power structure that runs this country. Do you want me to go there?
I
won't
mean,
go there. But in other, you know what I'm saying? Though,
I do,
seriously,
I do.
With everything that Hollywood is represented.
But that's one of the reasons that I feel, aside from Key and Peele, that Get Out getting what it is receiving as far as accolade is a very good thing, because I feel like that was one of the movies when it first came out that no one thought would do as well as it did. Much like Girl Trip and a few other movies that when they came out, it was like, oh,
That's
it
cute.
might do a little something at the box office, but nobody expected it to do the numbers that it did. No one expected people to come out in waves in the theaters. Nobody expected for people to go crazy over this movie. The movie made the money that it did because of word of mouth. And aside from personal preference or taste as far as what the content is, I am always happy to see an African-American director be celebrated for doing what they do.
Or actor or actress.
Or
you
actor or
were
actress.
jumping for joy
Yes.
when Halle Berry got her award, or
Well,
when Denzel Washington
not-
did not get it for Glory. Remember when he did and he had that thug tear
Because-
come, remember, like that didn't get no award. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X did not. You've been hoodwinked. Huh? You ain't getting
I was happy for Halle, but
Yeah.
Make Me Feel Good it didn't make me
Come
feel
on, you
good.
ain't had to say that.
Okay. Well, we'll be back with our guest. We have to take a little bit. We have to take a break, but we'll be back with more 28 Days and Beyond right after this.
Okay.
Welcome back to 28 Days and Beyond. We are now joined by Chef Kenneth McDuffie. Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
He's a celebrity chef.
Celebrity chef.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Chef to the stars.
My apologies.
Yeah. All right.
His culinary
Thank you for correcting me.
what do you call them?
Expertise.
Expertise.
Yes,
Yes, has
say-
been shared and enjoyed by the palates of many entertainers
And
and,
it's been
famous
enjoyed
people.
by me too.
Oh, is that right? He be
Yeah.
throwing down?
Yes, his food
That's
is
what's up.
amazing.
So do you cook pigeon?
That's one of my little things. Yeah.
North Philly pigeon.
North Philly pigeon.
Pigeon is actually quite the delicacy.
Oh my goodness, that's what's up. Yeah.
Not in my kitchen.
I'm about to tell you, right? Well, thank you for joining us,
Yes.
man. It's good
Thank
to have
you.
you
Good to be here.
So we were just talking about Get Out,
Right.
and the fact that it's up for several awards. What are your thoughts on the movie? Because there's been kind of a mixed bag. I think when it first came out, everybody was on board and like, yes, this movie is amazing, and now everybody's a critic. So what do you think?
Well, my opinion is I love the movie. I mean, to be honest, I went to the movie scene like 3 times because I had to go. I had to go see it with like all my
celebrity
friends.
chef ball
But no,
status,
no,
though,
I had
you
to
know
go
what I
see it
mean?
with all my friends. Everybody didn't, couldn't come see it, so you had to go see it with everybody.
And
so
that's true.
And I enjoyed the movie. I think it was a great movie, and it had you thinking, like as a black man, like, are they really brainwashing us? Are they really kidnapping us? And it goes back to back in DC days where John Hopkins were kidnapping black men and women and little kids and stuff off the streets, and they were using our bodies and taking our cells and doing God knows what with our stuff, and then our bodies would never recover, like the story Henrietta Lacks.
Yep.
They took her cells and they came up with all these cures and all this different stuff, and they never paid homage to her, never gave the family anything, never even said anything about it. So I mean, it has you thinking. It's like stuff like this really goes on,
It really
and
does.
it's everything been swept under the rug and under the carpet, and you don't know until years later, like, this stuff is really going on. Like, I start looking at movies and stuff now, and I be like, like, this is, like, there's some truth to
It's
this.
not
And you-
just entertainment.
Right, you have to
Yeah.
really think, like, where you get this stuff from. And,
So the question becomes, I'm just going to come right out with it. Are you or are you not in the sunken place?
That was my question. You totally stole my thunder.
I am not in the sunken place.
You sure? Have you ever been in the sunken place?
I have not. I have never been
Lucky you.
hypnotized.
Have you ever been hypnotized?
I
at all?
haven't. I
No?
haven't.
Have
I mean, but the metaphorical sunken place, no, I ain't been on stage clucking like a chicken and none of that stuff. That's what you're getting at.
Okay.
Or like a pigeon in this case,
Okay.
nah. But I do think that, there have been certain stages in my life where, Cat Williams, you just keep trying and trying, right? Flip it up, trying, and you're just trying to get, and it's just not coming together. And you feel so disconnected from your surroundings. You feel disconnected from the people who are in your lives, disconnected from the power over, your own power over the ability to change the things that are happening around you. So in that sense, very much, and I think a lot of us are, but we just don't know it.
And also, I mean, thinking about the sunken place being, feeling like you're stuck, but also I feel like the sunken place was a metaphor and kind of dealing with some of the other characters in the film who were in this state of like not being who they truly are. Do you know what I mean? And,
Right.
and being stuck there and not even being aware of it.
Right.
Because that's the thing. Like if you're aware that you're in a bad place, you can always make the necessary adjustments to at least try to move past it. You have a whole group of people that don't even know that they're someplace that they're not supposed to be doing things that they're not supposed to do. Like they're just completely unaware.
Well,
So-
I think I'm more of the friend to my friends. When I see them,
You work for TSA?
Well, no,
He
but
was my
I
favorite.
see myself as like the hero, one that always trying to get everybody out of the situation, try to be, trying to save everybody.
Yeah.
If I see my friends as someone that I truly love and care for, they are going to the sunken place, or they're in a situation where that they just don't know is a bad situation. I'm always trying to jump in and try to rescue somebody. But it seems like I'm always getting my feelings hurt because I put myself in a position sometimes, and you try to be the hero, but then the hero seems like they always get the short end of the stick at the end. But then they want to praise them, but then they want to kick you down when you're down.
Right.
But they don't want to
boy.
listen when you're trying to tell them the truth. But at the end, they're like, "Oh my God, you was right," but it's too late now. So, but,
Well, we have some situations where there's been also another mixed bag of who thinks who's right, and we have some other hot topics to talk about. But we have to take a little break here, but we'll be back with more 28 Days and Beyond right after this.
We're back on 28 Days and Beyond, talking about the sunken place and more.
Yes, we are. Speaking of the sunken place,
Yeah.
there has been a mixed response
Yeah.
to Monique, the comedian's call for people to boycott
Netflix.
Netflix.
I don't know if she in the sun, she's showing a tripping play, talking all that crazy.
Definitely.
See, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this, and I'll tell you why.
Please.
It's a fact that African American people,
Right.
and specifically African American women,
Definitely.
in the entertainment business are frequently paid a lot less money.
I mean,
They're
not
not
more than
as-
just the
yeah,
entertainers, but
and,
certainly,
and, across the board. And even when they have the same clout as their their counterparts. So, with that being said, there's some truth to what she's saying. Now, as far as what she's asking for, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I believe that, from my honest opinion, Monique is worth $11 million. So she's worth more than probably all of us in here put together currently. Right
You
now.
don't know my. You
So,
don't know my.
I mean,
You don't know.
so
You don't
I mean,
know.
really,
We stacked.
but look,
We stacked.
so she got, she's worth $11 million. But like, come to find out, she's not the joy to work with in Hollywood. Nobody don't want to work with her.
Right.
They said that she's disrespectful to the staff. She's belligerent. She's just unworkable. So I believe that from what I hear in that Netflix offered her $3 million.
Okay, so wait, time
This
out.
is what Netflix says.
Okay,
Netflix offered her $3 million. Because
we were told,
right? We were told
our
by
side of the
Monique,
story was
right,
$500,000.
So $3 million was the offer. So she had to audition for Netflix, and she didn't want to audition. And what she's thinking is, she's saying, "Well, I'm a award-winning actress. I'm an Academy Award-winning actress. I shouldn't have to audition." But I believe that just because you have awards, you have accolades, if it also comes with respect. If you're not giving respect, how do you want somebody to give you respect? And as of right now, I don't think Monique is worth the $3 million. I don't think she's worth the $500,000.
She was asking
Due
for
to the
the
fact,
20
and then you
million.
want us to boycott Netflix. Now, come on.
Yeah.
You getting free movies for about $9.99 a month, and you could watch all day, all night for free.
So,
you
and
could
I-
share your
so
password
you
with
not-
everybody.
you not
So-
convinced
And you
me.
think,
No,
hold on, you think I'm going?
So that's what I was going to ask. If this was a different person
Word.
who was on the forefront of this, listen, black women are not being paid with their worth. Black comedians are not being paid with their worth. Would it be a different outcome? Would people feel more comfortable saying, you know what? Okay, I'm with you. Let's boycott Netflix.
Or if it was another issue. I mean, you got light-skinned Colin Kaepernick
But look,
calling for it, and everybody
but
like, yeah, I ain't watching.
I don't think
ain't,
Monique should be speaking for the African American community,
Right.
because my thing is that what have you done for the African American
Are you
community?
kidding me? Miss
I mean,
Parker? Come
look,
on.
I mean, I'm talking about after this, after the Academy Awards. You
Yeah.
know, Lee Daniels and them wanted her to go out and promote Precious. She had a thing about that. Oh, well, can I bring my husband? Can I bring my
Yeah.
children? It was a big thing. Look, you are in the movie. We want you to promote
Yeah.
Precious. Now, if you want your family and stuff to come, now you have to come out of your own pocket and pay for them to travel.
that's
Well, we're
standard,
paying for
actually.
you
That's
to come out here
standard.
and promote that she was on Blue. But then you disrespect Oprah, like. Oh my God, that's like Aunt Oprah.
I mean,
like
I don't- she ain't my auntie.
I know,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
that's
She might be
Oprah. I
Aunt
mean, that
Jemima
is
Oprah, but that's
Oprah.
another
Like,
show,
who
I'll tell you.
disrespect Oprah? Oprah can make and break your career. And I was like, you disrespect Oprah, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and the list goes on and on and
Yeah,
on.
but you know what though? I think there's two issues at play here. There's one, the undercutting and the underpaying
Right.
of black women, and then there's also the second issue is the call to boycott Netflix. Subsequently, now I ain't boycotting no Netflix, especially not for Monique, who I'm like, similarly, I'm like, come on, man, like you are strategically using the black community.
Yeah.
You don't speak on our behalf until you need something, then you come and
Exactly.
talk on this. And then on the other hand, it's like, yo, well, we already know, obviously that, we're underpaid in all aspects of life. But I must say, part of my, unrest or discomfort, it's like, I just don't like her as a person. I've never found her funny. I've always found her quite annoying. You
And
know what I'm
very
saying?
loud.
And I think a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
And that's really what this is about. It's
think-
not about the
yeah.
principle of the matter or I ain't, but it's like, we just don't like you. If somebody
Right.
nice would have said it.
And
on
that's
it-
why I said if this was a different person on
Well,
the
if it was
forefront.
someone like Viola Davis, Taraji, anybody else that is relevant now, that is working, and that we look up to, like we look at, the whole scandal. What's her name?
Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington. I mean, everybody loved Kerry Washington. She's a likable person. She don't have the good fashion sense at all times, but we love. I mean, we do. We
That
love
was a
Kerry
palm tree.
but we love Kerry Washington. I mean, we love Viola Davis. I mean, she's like that auntie that we always like, that we love. I mean, we adapt to love these people. But Monique, I mean, like, you had an iconic role. You had Nikki Parker. I mean, you done so much, but now it's like,
Professor Ogilvy.
yes, and like she was doing all this stuff like talk show before Wendy Williams. Now look where Wendy Williams at, and Monique, you out the
Yeah.
door.
For the record,
But-
Wendy Williams is not a likable person either.
Okay.
Oh, well, I love it.
Well, Kenny, thank you so much for joining
welcome,
us
guys.
today, and we look forward to hearing more And hopefully next time you come to visit us, you bring some food.
Yes, I will bring some
What's
food,
up?
definitely. Yes.
Thanks again for joining us.
You're welcome.
We'll be back with more 28 Days and more after this.
Welcome back to 28 Days and Beyond. We're here with our final thoughts. So what's up?
Yes. Well, as it pertains to Monique,
Yeah.
I will say, you know, even if you don't like her as a comedian or as a person, she has a point. Now, whether people decide to boycott Netflix because of that point, it's totally up to them.
Right.
I will not be boycotting Netflix.
Why not?
Because I like it.
Okay. All right. As long as we're clear.
I
on
don't know.
that.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with the truth. It's my friend.
Did you watch? Are you an NFL person?
Yeah.
Did you take a principled stance this season?
I took a principled stance and then I lost the principled stance.
Because the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm proud of that, but it kind of is what it is.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, the reason I'm asking is because, you know, boycotting as a method of protest to me is a little bit outdated. And
What's the alternative, do you think?
Oh, I mean, I'll probably get arrested if I was to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not actually messing. But you know what I mean? I do think obviously, again, I just really got the sense that she was, you know, calling for this for her own personal gain,
reasons, yeah.
right? I mean, she knew that there was a wage disparity beforehand. It never took a stance until it affected her directly.
Right, I agree.
So in that
But
sense,
that's the difference between that boycott and I think the boycott with the
NFL
NFL
boycott,
because
exactly.
that was for a much bigger purpose, which is why I think more people were able to get behind it and say, you know what, I love football, but let's do some damage in numbers because as it pertains to those type of things, the only time people really start to pay attention is when you start hitting their pockets. When their money is affected, that's when people start caring.
has the damage been calculated?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly,
I don't
right.
know.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
be interested to see kind of what that looks like.
But this is I don't want to pass off your question from before. I think it really is an important one. What is an alternative? And for me, an alternative would be to create our own institutions, or at least even take advantage of the institutions that do exist for us. Quality TV, right? Quality.tv is a streaming service that's made by Black people for Black people, streams Black independent films, independent shows, so on and so forth. That's always something that we could start looking into. In other words, if we really want to see things that represent us, we have to create them instead of always begging somebody else
I agree.
and leaving them the power to decide whether or not we're worth $3 million or 500,000 or whatever have you. We know our worth, and that's it.
Ava DuVernay actually just shared that same sentiment.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what's up.
pretty cool.
Well, as always, we're here on 28 Days and Beyond.
Where we talk about our history, our heritage, and our culture. We'll see you next time.